Welcome to an extra episode on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team GX, not Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. That's a 3DS game. We're looking at the Switch version of a remake of the original Game Boy or DS game. Now, I'm just looking at this Riolu right here. We need to say look out for Seadra. Do we need to look out for Seadra though? Let's take on this nice challenge nice and steady. What we have here is a Riolu. Believe it or not, this is like literally the last Pokemon I'm missing to finish, like, to have every single Pokemon in every single one of my little camps that I have. And I finally got it. Now, the way you actually get Riolu and Lucario, because you can get either of them, from mystery houses. Only in mystery houses, from very, very select dungeons. I know there's Solar Cave, there's Stormy Sea, there's Wish Cave, Joyous Tower, Buried Relic, and Mount Faraway are the dungeons that I believe that you can find Riolu in. Now, because the odds are still kind of small for you to get a mystery house, let alone the fact that you do need to actually have Lucario or Riolu actually spawn in them, this could take a while. And I would say, if you want more chances, I'd say go for like the higher level dungeons like Mount Faraway and Buried Relics. Those are pretty easy to do. I just went to Stormy Sea because there were some jobs I could do, I think like 1 or 2 jobs. Oh, just 1. But it required me to go deep in the dungeon anyway, so I was like, sure, why not? But now that I actually found one, we can actually use an escape board. And then just escape with everything we need. We don't even need to complete the floor. We just needed to actually get a Riolu. And then we also got a bunch of stuff. And there we go, Riolu. And it has, I think, Squad Up, it's for quality. That doesn't really matter. I'm just kinda... we're not gonna give you a nickname. You don't have to. There we go. We did a job for Misdreavus, or Mismagius even. Yeah, get some stuff. So, go to the Rescue Team camps. And if we go to, like, the Pokemon that can stay here, you'll get this little list, and it'll show you all the Pokemon that you do have. And here's all the ones that I have for this one. There you go, for Skyview Plains. Actually, quite a lot of them can stay here, but as you can see, there you go. And we have the... I don't even know, the Bayou Plains, I guess? It's kind of unfortunate that I have to scroll like this, but it's fine. And then for Thundercrag, we got all of you guys. Surprisingly, you can get like a few normal types in here, which is kind of funny, and a couple of psychic types. And the Power Plant. Pretty standard Pokemon. Mount Discipline. There's Riolu and Lucario. Those are the Pokemon that are probably the most annoying to get. I don't know if I'd say it's the hardest, but definitely the most annoying to try to get. I'd say the hardest is probably like Kecleon. Or like some other stuff, like getting all the starters and stuff. Like Pokemon that require you to go to all of the like all of the the level reset dungeons. Those ones are kind of annoying, and if you can, I would actually recommend you try to get them in other methods if you can, whether it be like for mystery houses, or going to like Buried Relic, like helping out the fainted Pokemon, or if there's like sometimes there are a couple of rescue jobs that you can do, that could also be the case. Yeah. So I guess talking about my journey for actually getting all the Pokemon, sort of similarly to what happened like in between like one of the 2 episodes of like this series, like almost to the end of it. I kind of just was feeling like, what if I just do this on my own time, not record it? Because obviously I didn't really want to record it, and well, that successfully did work out. I did actually manage to get all of them. It took me a while, and most of the times I was doing this when I was like editing videos, when I didn't really put that much, because most of the times when I'm editing the videos, I don't put that much effort into them because I don't really need to. They're just kind of generic, basic, you know, Let's Plays. And I'm trying to show off as much as possible anyways, which really only like boring stuff is what I cut out. But yeah. I just kind of did this in the background. And even then, like, maybe, like, for example, like, when I didn't really have internet and I was, like, traveling, you know, like, one time recently, that's when I would kind of pop into this game and kind of do some other stuff, like, in fact, actually, I think the same trick that I took to get that I accidentally got the Gold Goomba in Puzzle and Dragons, is when I got a good chunk of these Pokemon to actually join me, so, yeah. Now, you may notice that some of them are nicknamed and some of them are not. I mean, really just depended on if I really wanted a nickname or not. Like, most of them I didn't, but sometimes there were a couple of occasions where I did do that. It was mostly shinies, that when I encountered shinies, I tried to make sure that they had a unique nickname. And I tried to name them based off of the color of what they were. But yeah, there you go. Here we go, we got Bunsen, a whole bunch of Whoopers and Quagsires. Of course, want to get as many of those as we can. And then, oh yeah, speaking of getting, I wanted to get a bunch of Whoopers and Quagsires. Wanted to get as many Spheals as possible. For really no reason, other than just because I wanted to. Okay, I also do sort of wish there was an easier way of doing this, but not really a lot I can do. Sharpedo, Anoranth. It's a whole bunch of different Pokemon, and it is really interesting. I am kind of glad that Mystery Dungeon does let you, like, use any Pokemon from Gens 1 through 3, and if they had evolutions in later generations, you can do that. Like, if you wanted to have Sylveon, you actually can have a Sylveon. Speaking of which, use the EVs. All the evolutions, that definitely took a while, because I had to get a lot of EVs to do that, and they only spawn in one dungeon. You can get them as fainted Pokemon in other dungeons, but it's not exactly that much. Oh, also the Unknowns. The Unknowns took a long time. Because, like, you need to get all of them, and sometimes the specific one that you want just doesn't spawn, and it just gets really annoying. There you go, you get the Reggies in one spot. And then a Mythical. There you go. And then we start going into legendaries and stuff. Yeah, so here are all the Pokemon that we've met along the way, that we've gotten them all in many different ways. Look at that. So yep, that is literally every single Pokemon. There is, however, a couple of things I didn't really get to show off. First of all, stealing from Kecleon. That was something I actually meant to show off at one point, but never needed to, because I actually just happened to obtain Kecleon in Joyous Tower. So let me just get prepared real quick, and I'll just show you what that looks like. Look, all the way in the corner, there's a Kecleon shop. Alright, actually, let's set everyone to Let's Go Together, and there's a reason why I'm going to be doing this. First of all, I think one thing I would like to do, and one thing you should do, if you want to be stealing from Kecleon, scour the floor for any items. Like here, there's an Oran Berry. Like, this could potentially actually be helpful. And I would recommend you give this to any of your lesser Pokemon, and that is if you want to be carrying them, because right now, I have Squad Up and Friendly. Squad Up works better if you have more teammates, so you may want to use them on them, but you gotta remember that Kecleons are not exactly easy opponents when you steal from them. So this might not even do anything. As a matter of fact, these two actually have some really bad movesets, now that I think about it. So if anything, maybe I should have kept that Oran Berry. But yeah, I actually did, like, kind of deck out my inventory a little bit, because again, this is not exactly easy. So yeah. In fact, okay, well, first of all, let me just eat this apple, just so I'm, like, at mostly full belly. But something you... Okay, there's actually a lot of things I want to be talking about. You want to be using everything before you even steal from Kecleon. Again, you want to scour the floor. Use any item you possibly can that'll actually help you, because, fun fact, there's actually going to be a couple of orbs and items that just straight up will do nothing if Kecleon is thinking that you're stealing from them. Oh hey, look, an extra teammate I can use. And you have Small Stomach, that's actually really good, but are you gonna stay alive, is the real question. There we go. Apple. That's actually sticky, so that's kinda useless to us. So here's a Kecleon. I guess the next thing you also want to be doing, make sure the floor is fully explored before you do anything. Let's just take out this Totodile, just because we can, and let's also take out you, just because we can. This is your only opportunity right now. So what do you want to do? Again, use up all the items that will help you now. So all Dodge Orb. Are there any other items? Like, look, a Chesto Berry. Let me give that to Crawdon, because I'm going to be using Crawdon for this, because they have False Swipe. A mean, I guess an inviting orb will be helpful, but that's once we actually get the item. I've also never shown off. What happens if you try to use a Wigglytuff orb when you literally have all the camps? Yeah, Wigglytuff will just kind of appear. And they will appear somewhere on the floor, and they will actually try to help. Will they stay alive? Who knows, but it's fine. Ethers, I think this is fine. I think we've actually used up most of the items that will actually be helpful. Make sure that you have that. Now, if you want to be even more prepared, bring, like, Empowerment Seeds, being an all-power-up orb. Bring a lot of different stuff, because you never know what you're going to end up getting yourself into. Like, what is this? Stay away one. You know what? That's actually really good. Max Elixir? Yeah. A Lasso Orb. In fact, we almost may as well pick everything up if we really want to. I'm gonna say no. Very disappointing. And then if you try to walk out... My precious merchandise! Catch that thief! So now, you see how... Okay, also I want to tell you this right now. That did 90 damage to Redios, and they have almost maxed out defense and maxed out HP. So yeah, they hit really, really hard. They also have a lot of HP. So upon doing this, you need to be really, really careful. Like, we were doing some really strong hits and that did nothing. So the way this works is that every single Kecleon will be at double speed upon like, spawning, so you do gotta be really, really careful. And I'm pretty sure the movesets can be completely randomized, so be extremely careful. And that's Faint. Interesting. Alright. Sword Stance and False Swipe. But also, the percentages of actually... Or the chance, rather, of having a Kecleon join your team is really low. So, don't expect this to be easy. In fact, I'm gonna Water Pulse so that you're no longer ice. You turn into ice. Oh, you'll actually be frozen. Interesting. You're frozen, but you're an ice type. That's actually kind of funny, now I think about it. And now you may notice, you cannot switch leaders now. That's why you need to be doing everything beforehand, because there's a bunch of other items that won't let you do stuff. Like, I don't think I can use this. Oh no, I can. I know there's some items like an escape orb. You cannot use an escape orb, or a pure seed or something. So, you have to be really careful. It's also kind of funny how it uses the Makuhita Dojo, like, training team. Also, that's a really bad spot for Dratini to be in. That is a really bad spot for Dratini to be. Dragon Rage is actually really good on you, though. Because you have, like, insane defenses that, like, it's actually, like, helping. Okay. Oh, shoot. I was trying to see if I can get the other Pokemon to not be near the doorways. The Lessers. Like this. This should be a safe spot. Okay, it's paralyzed. That's actually really good. It's turned into Dragon, so it would be weak to Ice, but I kind of want to just see if I can maybe attain another Kecleon. It'd be kind of cool if I could. But it's not exactly easy. Like, I'm doing this a pretty safe way. I'm in the corner, and I know where the stairs are and everything, but that's not a luxury you'll always have. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, that should KO. That'll be a KO. Oh, yep, look at that. Dratini's gone. I actually don't even know if that was really worth it, now that I think about it. I can just eat the plain seed now, I guess. We got a small stomach now, so that's actually really nice. Now, one thing you should also be, like, if things get out of hand, always have wands on you. Like, I have 40 confused wands in case things get really dire. And keeping sleep seeds, that's also gonna be really helpful. Because you never know what's gonna end up happening. Yeah. Let's see. Can I go up? There we go. Oh, you're gonna bone ring. Okay. That's actually good, though. You're taking out one of them before they even reach me. Uh-oh. Oh, it missed. That's really good, actually. Because that would have KO'd Bagon. So this is your only other way to get Kecleon that's not just going from Joyous Tower. So, good luck if this is your way of getting Kecleon. Because even with a fully decked out team like I have right now, like, again, the chances are so low that you just have to keep getting lucky. And also, you're not going to be using Draco Meteor Ready-Us. I have it disabled. Whoops. Oh wow, there's two of them? Here, everyone go in the corner real quick. There we go. Oh geez, there's three of them approaching. You know, Charmalac, you want to use Boomerang? No? Oh geez, Sucker Punch. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, nope, nothing, huh? Okay, gotta go up before Dratini gets in danger. Now, the main reason I went to, like, Wyvern Hill as my dungeon to try to recruit Kecleon, or I guess for showing this little place-off, or this little mechanic, because, like, there's a chance that, like, these Dragon Pokemon can actually know ranged moves, which is really what they really need, because you don't want them to get anywhere close to Kecleon. Like, honestly, I really kind of wish that they would be following me like this. Yeah, it's unfrozen now, so I gotta do this, and just pray it doesn't attack Dratini, or it just gets KO'd like this. Minus special attack. And then it's gone. Ooh, box. That's actually really nice. Alright, let's just do this so I can kind of even things out a little bit. I think I'm gonna Blizzard now, because there's two of them, and it's kind of in a really bad spot if it's gonna be like this. Although this one is kind of getting beat up, the top one. Got the difference in damage. Oh, dang. Let's do our best. I was trying to stall turns, but it wouldn't let me. What did it just use? It used Camouflage. Interesting. I can't actually do anything because Dratini's in the way. I'm gonna have to Blizzard. Okay, that's good. You're damaging two of them. And that one, it's just I'm really worried about this Kecleon at the top because it's gonna KO Dratini. Or flinch? No. Look at that. 106. That's like just so much. I don't even know if I really should be reviving these ones, now that I think about it. Like, it might not even be worth it. Now, I don't really care to try to get a second Kecleon, because I already have the one, and that's already good enough with me, but it would be kind of cool if I could obtain another one. Was that one already weak? Why did that, like, it only died with one Blizzard? Is it gonna survive? Oh, not a double attack. It could have maybe survived. Let's just grab a Sleep Seed and just eat it just so I can restore my hunger a bit. That didn't KO it? Will that KO it? Okay, that will. Oh my Arcus Way, I got a second one! I didn't think I'd be able to do that, to be honest, especially since I didn't go with, like, the best gear. Like, I could have still had more Pokemon to, like, boost up the squad up chances. Dang. Well then, I'd say that was really successful. And okay, wow, and that's it. That's it. Did I bring in a skateboard with me? I did bring in a skateboard. Okay, nice. We're just gonna leave. Caught on escape from the dungeon. Let's just do this. Dratini, I mean, honestly, you guys can just join my team. I don't really care all that much. Like, you guys, I mean, I did use some Reviver Seeds on you, but you were still nice to have. Nice company against the Onslaught. That was just every single Kecleon that was just angry. I mean, rightfully so. We did just kind of steal from them. Here, look at that. A second Kecleon. It's level 66! That actually might be higher level than the one I have. Hold on. Let me check that now. Here's the Kecleon that I have. It's level 51. Yeah, look. And then the new one over here is level 66. And also, 2 next level, 21,000 XP versus this one, which takes 600, like, over 600,000 XP. I don't know what it is with Kecleon, and, like, their XP levels just make no sense after, like, level, like, 40 or 50. Like, it just gets insane. I don't know why. Like, why does it need that much to level up from, what is it, from 51 to 52? But then, here, it takes way less. I don't get it. But we have a second Kecleon, something I don't really need, admittedly, since I already have this one, and this one is already really good, because it has maxed out stats. But yeah, there it is. Now, admittedly, there's not really a whole lot left for me to do. Like, I can, like, shiny hunt for specific Pokemon, but that's kinda it. Like, I could do Purity Forest runs, just to challenge myself. But again, there's not really a whole lot left. Like, I've literally recruited every single Pokemon. I've completed all the menu icons. I've shown off a bunch of random other stuff that you could do. That's kinda it. There really isn't anything left for me to do. So, I guess that does mean, for Purity Forest, if I want to be doing that, will I be recording it? Maybe. The thing is that Purity Forest is definitely really hard, and trying to do it with other Pokemon that's not, like, that are not, quote-unquote, the best Pokemon to try to do Purity Forest with, can get kind of tedious with failed attempts, which is why I'm, like, maybe like, not wanting to do it. Especially since there's so many Pokemon, it's like, imagine doing it with all of them. No, I'm not gonna be able to do that. There's other YouTubers that are trying to do that. That being said, though, it would be kind of cool if I could, like, do a couple of Purity Forest runs for just some other random Pokemon that I have. I mean, I do have them all, so if there's any suggestions for me to try to do some Purity Forest runs, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't, who knows. Like, I know, like, there's some, like, I want to see if I can do it with, like, Lediba. Like, I wonder how hard that will be. And there's other Pokemon that I'm, like, genuinely curious, like, how hard would it be, or how fun will it be if I did with this Pokemon? Because I did it with Smeargle one time, and that was incredibly stressful at the beginning. And actually, it was just stressful throughout the entire thing, but it was fun. It genuinely was fun, because you only get Sketch every 10 levels, so you really have to, like, make sure that you sketch the moves that you want. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Rescue Team DX. Like, I mean, I kind of was already done with the last episode, but this was an extra one to kind of show off all the Pokemon. And something I meant to show off but never did and never needed to because well, my intention to do it, I didn't need to do it anymore. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna be ending the series here, like, again, essentially, but again, that's what extra episodes are for. They're just kind of extra ones, like, once the series is ended, but I thought of some random things. Yeah.